Hello, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Michael, and until at least 12 o'clock this evening, I am the best man. So before I get into some of the silly stuff, I've got a couple of cards I want to read out. Bernie and Sue over there, they've asked me to tell everyone that they've actually given a very interesting gift here, and it's some champagne. Am I right, Bernie? Yeah. And in that, with that bottle of champagne, there are about 100 cards. And so what they'd like everybody to do, when you get a chance over the course of the next few hours, is to write a message to Liam and Shelly in those cards. Something heartfelt, something nice, something fun, whatever you like. And 1 year from now, that box will be sealed up with the champagne and the cards. And 1 year from now, on their anniversary of this wedding, they can open that and, relive a little moment all over again. So thanks very much, Bernie and Sue. Shelly just told me she forgot the wedding book. It's really good. The best present ever. So Pauline is not well enough to join us for dinner tonight, which is a great shame, but she's sent over a little message and a little card. And it says, congratulations to Shelly and Liam on your wedding day, and I'm sure that's completely understated on her behalf. The day has arrived at last, she said, and your vows have been declared among your family and friends. Each other's love is shared. This love of yours, I know, will be lifelong and into eternity. Never to end, always to stay with God beside you every day. Happy wedding day, Pauline. So, I'll ask you to forgive me for using a bit of a prompt sheet here. And not ad-libbing the whole thing, but if these two had actually got their act together 20 years ago when I still had a short-term memory, this wouldn't have actually been required. So obviously I was very honoured when Liam asked me to be his best man. Although I'm under no illusions, I know I wasn't the first or the second, maybe even the third on that list. And actually I believe Simon, where are you, Simon? Simon? He has to be here somewhere. He's hiding, is he? I think Simon might have been the first man to be asked to be the best man, but when he was asked, he said, oh, sorry mate, he says, I'm too busy on Plenty of Fish, I haven't got time. So for those of you who don't know what Plenty of Fish is, ask the nearest youngest person to you. Looking around this room, that's anybody under about 40 years of age, I think, so. That's one of those weddings, you know. So you'll have been able to tell from my accent there that Simon is actually from down south. He's from around the Henley-on-Thames area. I'm sure you'll be able to pinpoint it there. And over the next hour or so of this talk, I'd like to bring you many more regional impressions. That's something to look forward to. It's all about the memories. So after Simon refused, apparently Chris, where are you, Chris? Chris was asked, it's natural enough, the gorgeous Miranda. The gorgeous Miranda is the maid of honour, and she's lovely. And anyway, Chris, again, it's not that kind of wedding. Just the missus is here, even the grown-up kids are here, so there's no hope. So when Chris was asked, would you be the best man? He said, no, why, man, I can't do it. He said, I'll be off me tits to the Jaeger bombs. You love the old Jaeger bombs, this Chris. Connor was asked to do it, obviously, being Liam's son. Liam is not, he's my best audience. Connor is from deepest, darkest Ireland in County Kerry. So when he was asked, he said, sure, I'm from Kerry. I know I don't understand what I'm saying anyway, and I'm your son. And you look like you have no friends, but you go, where you fool? so I'll translate that for the English amongst. Just ask me in the bar.
Just ask me.
I suppose I'd have to be careful the way I phrase it. When younger people are getting married, this little speech would be handier, you know. It's more about the future, and I'd be now slagging Shelly, saying, "Oh, rather than saying congratulations, I'd be saying commiserations and what was coming, and blah blah blah." But that boat has sailed. Like these two are already a fully formed couple. We all know them. Actually, I think everybody here knows them really well, and we all love them. And I certainly love them. When I think of Liam and Shelly, I think of you know, a really fun-loving, generous. No, I'm not going to insult you. She's waiting here with picture. That comes later. No, but they're a gorgeous couple, and I love spending time with them. They're a bit mad. I mean, that's, you know, goes with the territory. And if you've had a different experience, you might keep it to yourself. This is, you know, there's a time and a place for that. So really the question we have to ask ourselves today, knowing them so well, is what made them the people and the couple that they are? And there's a saying in Ireland that they didn't lick it off a stone. And they didn't. I never had the privilege and pleasure of meeting Brendan and Liam's dad, but I've been chatting to Francis there, and I've met Mick here before, and Pauline. And I just have to say that I don't know if you have a drink on your table, it doesn't matter if it's champagne or not, but they did a pretty good job, because, you know, these two are pretty special people. So maybe we could raise our glasses for the first time and have a little toast to the parents. Yeah? To Francis, Brendan, and Pauline, and Mick. And yours too, Mick. You can take your seat, lads. You needn't stand up unless I tell you to. So Shelly. Shelly. So when I think of Shelly, I think of her gorgeous big smile. Someone who can just lights up a room just by walking into it. Ah, mate, there's no need for that. And I think what a talented girl she is. She is. She's great. What a dancer. I mean, she can dance, right? She can dance. She's got style. Heaps of it. Attitude. Heaps of it. She's a great mother. She has to wrangle that little fella and this little one every day. She's a great mother, and you know what? She's a great daughter. I mean, Mick is here, Pauline was, if you was here, she's a great daughter. You are. But, and there's a but.
No. A load of bull.
Please. However, there's one thing that supersedes all that. Some would say it's Shelly's superpower. The girl can shop. Man, can she shop. I've never had I don't know, is it a pleasure of being at the retail cold face with her, but I'm told that if she walks into a shop and there are 3 garments that, you know, a garment that she likes and maybe it's 3 different colours, she won't just pick one, she'll take 3. She's a force in nature. And if Pauline was here, maybe Mick can tell me, I'd say she was always like that. Is that right, Mick?
Definitely.
Yeah. She was always the whirlwind that we know she is today.
She's not big 3, she's big 6.
6, she's big 6, makes sense. But she was always a whirlwind, Shelly, I'm sure of it, you know. Now Liam on the other hand, he's a bit harder to fathom. He's squirming in his seat now, but I suspect that Shelly has actually had a far greater effect on Liam than the other way around. And in fact, in the pocket here somewhere, I hope I have a little bit of evidence to prove that too, which I'll dig out in a moment. He's looking puzzled now, worried. Before I do that, I have to take you back to the 90s, so...
way back.
Way back. So as we're both Irish, sometimes if you don't know us that well, you'd maybe have thought that Liam and I grew up together in Ireland and were lifelong buddies and grew up in a bog licking turf or something, but that's not the case. I actually met Liam in the 1990s in London. Yeah. We met in what's probably the weirdest, and there's one or two other people here tonight as well that are, ex-Horston Hill Golf Club. We met in a little place in Ealing called Horston Hill Golf Club. It's a 9-hole golf course.
Did you meet him there too?
I did. It's a public course in the middle of London, and it winds its way through a common in London full of bushes and trees, and in turn, as it is London, those bushes and trees are full of perverts and murderers and MPs and God knows what else. And the members are not much better, actually. The membership of the club is mainly made up of old Irish navvies, guys with hands like shovels who sort of moved there in the 1950s, and is made up of Paddington Barrow boys, with, past and present, cabbies, a couple of robbers. And there's even a sort of an upper crust reject turned sex therapist who's actually here tonight, Andrew Miller, if you wouldn't put him. Hey! Go on, you. Anyway, the point of this story is that it's also the highly, highly unlikely location where Liam and Shelly actually met. So I need to describe this place a little bit more to you. The clubhouse itself is about the size of a double garage. It's got 4 walls made of brick and a flat roof, and 2 windows which are covered in bars to keep the perverts and the bushes out, obviously. And inside there's a little bar, and it's mainly a male-dominated, dark, dingy sort of little place. And on a sort of an early summer's morning in about 1995 or 96, Liam and I had just finished our morning round of golf. It was probably around lunchtime. And the door swung open to the hill, and the assembled men, and I say men because there wasn't a women in there, we turned and looked as you do when somebody strange, someone not from around here comes into the place. And the room was bathed in light as it came in through the door into the darkness. And when our vision readjusted, and we saw this silhouette in the doorway, and it was a shape that was unfamiliar to us. There were sort of curves and things, and it paused at the door. But Shelley's never been one to shirk a challenge, as you probably all know. And she took a step into the room, and the door banged behind her, and we were plunged into darkness again. Our eyes readjusted, and there before us was something which hadn't been seen in Horston and Hill Golf Club for many a long year, I can tell you. A woman with all her own teeth. She stood there. I'm going to have to describe it, Shelly, I'm sorry, but it was the 90s. Moo land. She had cowboy boots on, hot pants, and a crop top. Some of the elderly members got whiplash injuries trying to see what was going on at the door. She fixed that room in a gaze. She had balls, this girl, I'll tell you. Right? We were afraid to breathe. And she slowly looked around the room, one by one. Myself and himself were over there. And as she looked around the room, she finally fixed her gaze on himself. He was better looking in those days. And then she uttered the immortal words that I'll never forget. "Hey, by gum," she says, "you're a bonny lad, get brass out, mine's a pint of Tetley's." Yorkshire accent tick. We're going around the country, guys. Around the country. So you have to go back a couple of years before that for the first grade meeting, actually, in Horston. And the year I joined, a young Liam McGill, long hair down to his shoulders, sight to behold, he used to blow dry it every day. Whip it back. Well, he was the captain of Horse on the Hill. Now this, you might think, is quite a feat for a young man. Captain of the golf club. Yeah, it's a bit like this job, nobody wanted to fucking. It's harsh, I know. And it was the Hill. And to this day, I promise you, in some quarters, he is still known as Liam, the worst captain ever, McGill. Well. So anyway, at this point, I really didn't know Liam at all. I just joined the place and started playing golf. And I happened in that first... Look, you have to understand, if you don't play golf, the captain's prize, captain's day, is the biggest day in every golf club up and down the country. Great prestige involved, great prizes involved. And so, in my first ever outing, I won the captain's prize. I won the captain's prize. So, anyway, my prize, as put up by our captain here, was a watch. I'm still looking for the logo that says Rolex, tag, Patek Philippe. So, I actually had this watch with me today. Yeah. It took some finding. No, I didn't. It was in the mantelpiece. We happen today to have with us an investment expert, John Moody. Where are you, John? Cian, come here. We take this captain's prize and deliver it. Maybe John's going to come up and have a look at it. Come up, John. Yeah, come up and have a look at it.
John.
I'd like John to give me his professional investment value. John, this is maybe 25 years ago? It must have appreciated considerably in that time. So any chance you could tell me how much it's worth now? It's like an episode of Antiques Roadshow. Hang on. He's got the glasses off. This is serious business. He's a serious man. He's a good skier too.
Michael, I've had a lot of articles across my desk over 30 years in investments. It's worth fuck all.
John, you're quite wrong. It's priceless, John. It's fucking priceless. So look, lads, my point is not that I can remain bitter and twisted for 25 years, but I can, right? So if I don't see a hearty round of applause after this, watch out, right? My point is this. This was Liam BS. Not bullshit, before Shelly, okay? This is Liam BS. Before Shelly. And I doubt very much if Liam has been to Toys R Us to buy a watch ever since he met Shelly. So nowadays we have a Liam with 20 years of Shelly superpower training under his belt. Right? And this is a man who forgets to bring his inordinately expensive, vacuum-fitted, personalised, measured ski boots on his ski stag. You'd think he'd be moulded, yeah, absolutely moulded, yeah. Vacuum-fitted, moulded, measured, bunions, corns, everything taken into account, everything, right? And what does he do? He just calmly buys another pair, it's not a problem. Which one of us, his golfing buddies out there, haven't been to a far-flung golf course with him where he's turned up without some vital bit of golf equipment? Happens all the time. Could be rain gear, could be a putter. No problem, just buys a new one. This is the power of Shelly, super training, super power. So this is Liam AS after Shelly. I think my point is proven. Who's had the more, effect on whom? At least in that regard, anyway. So while I mention the stag, I'd like to finish this little ramble with some further embarrassing stories. Tales of debauchery from the stag, so settle in. So we went to Austria, and as you know, we went skiing. Well, a loose term before any of these guys decide to have a cut off of me. It's a loose term in my case, I know. I think I skied 30 minutes in 3 days. Or fell down 30 minutes in 3 days. But I'd like to tell you the tales of debauchery, but I can't, because quite frankly, there weren't any. Look, let me put it in context, okay? The highlight of the après ski was when the seven of us, there were 7 of us there, we were sitting around the table, we're laughing, enjoying ourselves, we're having a great time. So you're thinking now, right, dirty bastards, they're in a lap dancing club, casino, all on blackmail. No, you'd be quite wrong. We were sat around the table in an apple strudel joint at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Some of the lads had squirt cream on their apple strudel. Some of the lads had ice cream on the apple strudel. A debate occurred about the European penchant for the squirty apple cream rather than pouring cream. Crack was 90, as they say in Ireland. But there was a little realization somewhere between all of us that we were having great fun. But the realization was that this is what a 50-something stag looks like. I promise you, they were all in bed by 10:30 every night. And if they weren't, I tell you, I would. So look, that's enough of my ramblings for now, I think. I'm going to finish now. Wrong answer, wrong. What's that I hear you say? One more regional accent? Listen carefully, you never know. God is good. So look, let's have a toast. I think it's time for another drink. I'm certainly ready for one. In the church today and looking around here, I mean, you know, maid of honor and the bridesmaids, absolutely stunning. I mean, what a family, what people, absolutely stunning. And so it would be remiss of me if I didn't ask you now to raise a glass. You don't take it up, just raise a glass in their honor. So ladies and gentlemen, to the bridesmaids! This is a broom. So finally, please be upstanding now.
Birmingham.
Yep, up you get. Marriage is not about finding a person you can live with. It's about finding the person you can't live without. And I'm pretty sure Liam couldn't live without me. I mean, Shelly. So two of the greatest people that I know, and I'm sure we all know, we love them dearly, to their beautiful family. Please, a simple toast to Liam and Shelly.